Jams every Monday morning at 7:30 a.m. for the latest in pop culture news and unique perspectives on hot topics. Make sure you tune in to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club on 99 Jams every Monday morning at 7:30 a.m. for the latest in pop culture news and unique perspectives on hot topics. Make sure you tune in and start your week off right with the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club right here on 99.1 FM, 99.
Oh man, it's all good, man, in the hood, man. We coming off a major weekend, man. It was beautiful. We had a couple different things going on, man. Yes. Get out in the community. If you ain't doing nothing during your day, you know you ain't got nothing better to do. Get out in the community, man, because there's some beautiful things going on, man.
Yeah, it really is. It's a lot of amazing work happening. Some amazing people doing some amazing things, man. And like that candidate training, I seen that was one of the things that was popping. You know, getting candidates ready. You know what I'm saying?
So when you say candidate training, tell them what it is.
Also, candidate training is when we actually get people who want to run for office,
and train them up
and teach them what it's going to take. Yeah.
In the politics, what it really takes
to
win.
Yes, real deal, man. So that's cooking.
I see a lot of people want to run, but a lot of people don't want to do that work to find out what it really takes to run.
Right.
And I want to say, you know, here on the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club, if you want to really win, you got to know the strategies it take to win, far as getting elected.
Right.
They didn't teach us this stuff in school. You ain't learn it watching TV. The House of Cards didn't teach you how to run a campaign.
Yeah, that's the thing. We watch House of Cards and think that's all it is to becoming an elected official, and it's much more to that, man.
Yes, it's a lot of work, man. And honestly, if you ain't ready to put the work in, you got to get somebody who know how to put the work in for you.
Real deal. And the other thing too, man, I just been seeing is all this doggone gun violence, man. Like not only in the city but also around the country, man. Did you see this thing? I think it was last week. So it says shooting into apartment complex in St. Pete leaves family with no AC and water. People who living in one St. Petersburg apartment complex. They were talking about Bethel Heights. Citrus Grove, yeah.
Talking about Bethel Heights.
Ain't no more Bethel Heights. But the people who live there know it's Bethel Heights. Citrus Grove apartments without water on Memorial Day after numerous bullets hit the building, leaving some without air conditioning as well. Officers with the St. Pete PD were dispatched to Citrus Grove Apartments, where they found numerous bullets into the complex, man. They said bullets hit the southern building, an air conditioning unit, and several water heaters inside of the complex, man. So there was over 24 bullets that was actually fired, but authorities still have a pending investigation going. And the people who heard the shooting said they don't know what it was, but they were shooting some big guns, man.
Yeah, man. I did see some of that on Facebook. Councilwoman Lisa Willer-Bowman went over there and got some stuff done, and I don't think that's even Lisa district, to be honest. I want to say that's outside of Lisa's district, but she still took the time out to, on her weekend. Yeah, because you got to think that's a weekend. You know, you VIP. I ain't coming out.
That's our Memorial Day.
That's Memorial Day weekend, man. Right. And she took her time out because I was on the post where one of the residents was trying to get some action done, and they ain't know who to call. I tagged a few people. I tagged a few council members. I've tagged a few council members, and Lisa was one on that responded, if not the only one that responded. Right. So big up to Lisa Willer-Bowman running for re-election.
That's
had to throw that out there.
I just want to say good morning. I see you, Miss V. Good morning, Royce. Royce always tuning in. To Sean,
yes.
My baby, I see you. Tamika, I see you. Thank y'all for tuning in to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. Sticking with us and rocking with us every Monday morning and every Sunday here on 99 Jams the Bird. There also was a teacher at Hillsborough County Middle School that was.
He was scrapped.
No, she slapped the student.
Oh, that's
She fired his head.
She fired his head.
She fired his head, not to make light of it, but
it's not light because they better not be putting their hands on our children.
And people talking about getting them guns.
This weekend. On this weekend show, if y'all missed the podcast, man, check out the podcast. We talking about strapping up the teachers.
Yeah, so this teacher right here, a middle school teacher in Hillsborough County, slapped one of her students in class at all because he cussed at her. Sheila Vakili, that's how they saying it, Sheila Vakili, a 63-year-old teacher at a middle school over in Riverview, where she slapped a 13-year-old male student in the face. The student cussed during class, and the teacher thought it was about her, so she slapped him in the face. She hit the boy with enough force to cause redness and swelling, and she was charged with simple child abuse. So talking about giving them guns, man, implicit bias and guns definitely don't mix in class.
It was a time when your teacher could put a weapon on you.
Yeah, but this ain't it. this ain't that time. This is not that time.
It's a hard job, man. Somebody got to do it. You got to go in there. How you gonna go in there and have any authority? She's like, tighten up.
Yeah, that's cool.
Straighten up
until it's your child.
That's right.
You know what I mean? That's fine. Slap them. And then when she slap yours, then it's a problem.
Lawsuit. Then it's a lawsuit.
You know what I'm saying?
It ain't a problem. It's a lawsuit.
It's a lawsuit, right? And I also seen that there was a protester that grabbed Kamala Harris's microphone on stage. Did you see that?
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
it's real, man. They got to protect their neck, man. Because even when President Trump was running, a couple guys got loose and ran towards him to do something.
Right.
So, yeah, they better protect their neck, man.
Real deal. And they said the protester grabbed the microphone when Senator Kamala Harris was at an event on Saturday, causing many to question the security needed for the Democratic candidates and the treatment by society of women and people of color. Animal rights protester jumped onto the stage and grabbed the microphone from her at the Big Ideas Forum, oddly enough. Big Ideas Forum in San Francisco. Approximately 10 minutes into her speech, Harris was asked about her proposal to address the gender pay gap by moderator Stephanie Valencia when she was approached by a tall man dressed in black wearing a press badge who jumped on stage. She appeared puzzled but remained calm as the protester grabbed the microphone from her hand. Security jumped on stage, calmly walked over, but the thing that really stood out for me was the one who deaded it was her husband.
Yeah.
No security, nobody else. Harris's husband, Douglas Emhoff, jumped in and rustled the microphone from the protester. He was lucky that it was just a microphone, because they mess around with my baby up there on that stage. You going to get more than me just taking a microphone. You know what I mean? But yeah, so security concerns, man. You know what I mean?
You got to protect your neck, man.
You got to protect your neck, real
to be
deal.
honest, when you go into these candidates and you trying to be a candidate, you not a target.
Yeah.
Especially for president, that's like the biggest seat in the world.
Yeah.
So, I know once they get to a certain level, they give them secret security.
Yeah, they get Secret Service.
Yeah, but until they cross that threshold, they on their own. All she had was her husband.
Yeah.
Honestly.
And shout out to her husband for stepping in and doing the right thing, man, protecting his queen. Trump, man. So Trump is ignoring the backlash, doubles down on his threat to impose tariffs on Mexican imports. Despite pushback from United States businesses, Mexico, and Capitol Hill, U.S. President Donald Trump is doubling down on his threat to slap a 5% tariff on Mexican import unless American southern neighbor cracks down on Central American migrants trying to cross over the border.
I got a theory.
Okay.
So now y'all pay attention, right? This week, Mueller came out and did a press conference saying that he could not exonerate the president and he couldn't do this, he couldn't do that.
Yeah.
Now, to interrupt that news cycle, this 5% tariff. Remember, he's been threatening these tariffs for months. Yeah. First, he was going to lock the border down.
Right.
Now it's a 5% progressive tariff. I think it's just a strategy.
A flea flicker.
You remember, that Roger Stone movie. And some of the strategies they talked about was throwing stuff out there to block stuff.
Right.
And this is something big.
So that's him changing the narrative.
That's him changing the conversation, not necessarily the whole narrative, because people still going to have that narrative, but they're killing that news cycle, and that was a big news cycle. That man ain't talked the whole 2.5, 3 years. Right. And he announced his resignation doing that.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? So he came up there and said, I'm done. I ain't talking no more.
Right.
You feel me? I couldn't exonerate him. Y'all go ahead and do what y'all need to do. I left it open for y'all. He literally said that in those words.
Right.
But the next day, we announced 5% tariffs on Mexico. I think it's a sham, man. And they trying to blind people's attention, distract.
That's right.
We so distracted. Now we talking about that 5% tariff. We ain't talking about nothing else. And they win like that. They definitely got their strategy down.
Yeah, and they said that the tariffs are set to take effect on June 10th, and they would have devastating consequences on the American consumers. U.S. stock prices tumbled on Wall Street in response to that. That's something I'm sure Royce is paying attention to. Imposing tariff on goods from Mexico is exactly the wrong move, said the vice president of the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. They're actually exploring legal action in response to the tariffs.
And some of these people are Republicans, y'all.
Oh yeah,
some of these people ain't Democrats.
Yes,
yeah, it's not. This serious business that they really like. So these tariffs, what people don't know what a tariff is. Mm-hmm. A tariff is a fine or a fee levied on an importing country.
Right.
Into another country.
Right.
Which is paid to the country's consumer. Mm-hmm. So that 5% is going to be traded off. So what they're gonna do is mark up their stuff 5%. So I'm in the business. So if y'all want to play like that, I'm gonna mark my stuff up 10%.
Right, and that's why they're saying
and make a gap.
And that's why they're saying it's gonna have devastating consequences on the American consumers because they just passed them tariffs on.
They passed the tariff on.
They just passed the markup on to the people.
And the average person don't know what a tariff is. So when you talk about tariffs, they're blind. But if you say tax,
you know what tax is.
You know what a tax is. It's a tax.
Right.
They're taxing them to bring their products into America.
Right.
And then they trade off, and then they turn that tax into a piece of their profit.
Wow. So good morning. I see you, Lisa Washington. I see you in there, James Swain. Thank you for tuning in, Miss Lottie. Good morning, Demetrius Taylor. We appreciate y'all tuning in. You watching the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club on Facebook, listening live on 99 Jams. Also, just in entertainment news, the homie, I meant to talk about this yesterday. Lil Nas X.
That's my dude.
That's my dude. Got what he said. Take my horse on Old Town Road or something. So Lil Nas X, he had the #1 hit for the last 8 weeks, and it sparked controversy over whether a rapper can create a country music hit. Wrangler fans were upset that he got a deal to promote their jeans, and they removed his song from the country music charts because they said it's not country music. He ended up hooking up with Billy Ray Cyrus and did a remix, and now it's #1 on the Billboard charts. And they say it got over 1 billion streams.
Listen, the man matched Drake in one song. So, Drake was big because he had 1 billion streams.
Right.
One shot.
And here's the thing that I liked about it that really stood out for me about it. The man is, when we talk about digital entrepreneurship, he is a digital entrepreneur. He said he paid $30 for the beat. You hear me? $30 for the beat, released the track independently on SoundCloud, and then did his own legwork to move it through TikTok. And he said he created a meme for it. And once he created the meme, it just kind of took off, man. And people just, been rocking with the dude ever since. Man.
I say he's done another Soulja Boy.
Yeah.
He's redefined the business again.
Yes.
And every so many years, people do this.
Right.
And then I take my hat off to the man because I had heard the song. And it was playing as a joke.
Yeah.
Like you say, that little tick, and they were playing it.
That's what he said.
They were playing it as a joke, and here it is a year later, 8 months later, it's the #1 song. I gotta salute, the moves, and it's gonna be, he gonna be looked at like another Soulja Boy.
Yeah, and
not an innovator, because like I say, Soulja Boy was an innovator. That was a digital entrepreneur who took digital tools and use them to the next level.
Right.
Like do it yourself.
Yeah.
And hey man, shout out Hustler's Ambition. Hustler's Ambition. We talking about digital entrepreneurship. We talking about getting that money through the computer, through the internet, through whatever means you can do legally, legitly. Shout out to Kenny Burns.
Yes, legally and legitly. That's very important, right?
Yeah, shout out to Brother John. He will be on there too. Because really, honestly, June 17th, y'all gotta be there 1 o'clock to 5 o'clock. Y'all gotta be there. It's a Monday. We doing it for the money. That's why on Monday we doing it for the money.
Monday.
Yes.
Hustler's Ambition. There was also this documentary that was out. I didn't see it, but I seen a lot of people posting.
I watched a little bit of it, man.
So the true story. What is it?
They watching us when they see us.
So it's a 4-part series that premiered on May 31st. It's on Netflix. Directed by Ava DuVernay. It's based on the lives of 5 men who were wrongfully convicted and sent to prison as teenagers for gang raping and nearly killing Tricia Melly, a woman who was jogging. They called it a Central Park jogger back in 1989. The convictions were vacated in 2002, and the city paid $41 million in 2014 to settle their civil rights lawsuit. Yeah. So how was it, man? I didn't see it.
So what I did was only watched a little bit of it because I was actually triggered by it.
Wow.
And
a lot of people were saying.
And I don't like to put myself through trauma.
Yeah.
And you know, big shots out to Ava DuVernay, and it's not a shot against her, but a lot of that stuff is re-traumatizing, man. And that feeling you get when you watching those movies, sometimes that's trauma.
Yeah.
You don't know what that feeling is.
Yeah.
You just know you having a certain feeling. And I've learned to identify that feeling. That's trauma.
Yeah.
I watched the part where they
call it re-stimulation.
Yeah,
you get
listen.
And
they were interrogating the young man.
Yeah.
You know, and the dad was sitting there. And just the image of the dad being so helpless and not saying, hey, get me a lawyer.
Yeah.
Not calling it, hey, hell no.
Yeah.
Like from my thought process, I would have never let them in my house.
Right.
Like let's just be blunt.
Yeah.
So I rewind that whole movie back to the part where they're at the door and I'm telling them to go. You know, and boom, my son all right.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Because now you see them in the house searching and looking through stuff. Next thing you know, they saying the boy is the rapist. I'm like, whoa, little homie, like the little fragile little homie.
Right.
You see the little kid like, and they.
So it's a documentary or is it like
no, man, this was like movie, it's like they reacted it to perfection. This was amazing.
So it's like a scripted movie.
Yeah, it's scripted
based on the story,
and it's amazing. You know, I ain't taking nothing away from the production.
I just haven't seen it, so I didn't, because you know they do them documentaries.
Nah, it ain't. She did a documentary last time.
Okay,
that was a documentary.
Like 13, right?
Yeah, that was 13. She did last time, but this time, this was a live production. Young actors, young, you know, the mothers. Little homie had the dad. You know, the mom and the dad sitting in there while he being interrogated. The other kids' parents couldn't stay. They had to go to work. So they was like, okay, we got us one. It's snowing.
Oh, man.
It's like, it's crazy. The black guy said, hey, man, you can't question him. His parents just left. The officer, the two white officers looked at each other. Hey, you see it snowing. It's Christmas. And then walked in there.
Wow.
And proceeded to flip the kid.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Horrible.
So just, what did they say? A parental advisory?
Yeah, no, not a spoiler alert, but you know,
I don't want to spoil it.
If you have been affected, you might be triggered because it is that type of movie.
So it's called When They See Us.
It's up there with Roots with me, man.
Oh, yeah?
I'm telling you, I only watched like maybe 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, and just
it's right up there with Roots. Yeah. I ain't watching that either.
And I was trying to get my wife to turn off the game. She was watching the game last night.
Good call.
It was a good call.
Good call.
Because she went turn off the game.
Good call.
She's like, I'm watching the game, man. I ain't watching no.
Good call at the line of scrimmage.
Good call at the line of scrimmage.
No audible.
Good morning, Dale Brown. I see you. Good morning, Caprice Johnson. Thank you for joining. You said they wrongly convict. James Swain said they wrongly convict black men every day, and that's another part of what triggers people, man. Once you see, you know, that's happening, and that happened in 1989,
man,
1990, but that's happening all the time.
That process was followed, duplicated.
Yeah,
you know, they duplicate models. They duplicated that model and did that to millions of young men all over the United States of America.
That's part of the playbook, man. Part of the play. And then the other thing too, you seen Trump? He tweeted. You know,
thanks for them helping me.
No. So Trump tweeted. He was talking about. He called him Sleepy Joe. So he was saying Sleepy Joe never apologized for the role that he had in the crime bill.
He never apologized for getting them boys.
Locked up.
He took out a whole page.
Took out a whole page ad saying that they
did it and that they need to be electrocuted, put them to death.
Yeah. So that was the pot calling the kettle black because he was, you know, attacking Joe Biden because, you know, he already checking for Biden neck. Tweeting about his role in the 1994 crime bill that, you know, led to mass incarceration, yada, yada, yada. But then somebody in the comments was like, yeah, okay, when you going to apologize for what you did with the Central Park 5? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, that's that pressure, man. Yeah. Pressure bust pipes.
Yeah, or they either make diamonds, man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
So really just wanted to kind of dive in, man, and really talk about community organizing and really just the pace that you on, my brother. So community organizing, independent filmmaker, entrepreneur. For those who watching and they see the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club, they see the Lakeside Chat, they see Agent X, the movie. How you do it, man? How you do all of this stuff, brother?
Oh, man. Secret, man. I got good people behind me. I got good people with me.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the secret.
That's the secret.
That's the secret. Good teamwork, partnerships, and reciprocating energy.
Right.
You know, reciprocating energy, and we able to make a lot of stuff happen. Big shots out to Crunch, the Cumberbatch, the whole Dream Makers team.
Yeah.
You know, everybody. I ain't gonna call them names. I might forget somebody.
Oh, that's how it is.
But
yeah,
and like for real, it's just teamwork. Teamwork. It's all been teamwork.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And so with the New Image Project, man, like what's your vision for the New Image Project? What do you see? You know, where do you see this thing going in the next, 3-4 years, maybe 5 years, man? What's kind of on the horizon for New Image? And for those who don't know, New Image is the project that started by the Community Development and Training Center. Image is an acronym that stands for Information, Media, Arts, Graphics, and Entertainment. And it started out with a real simple goal of redefining what's cool. That's what led to us being here on the radio, the Lakeside Chat, the movies, and we really trying to take it to the next level. But I just wanted to hear from you, man. What's your vision, man, for this thing?
So, it's no roof, it's no ceiling.
Yeah.
So I don't see a ceiling or a roof, but I see it as a tech startup.
Yeah.
You know, this is technology we using, and like when they was having the startup weeks, and we was talking about the different, blacks ain't into this and ain't into that, and I was like, well, y'all just don't know what we're doing.
Right.
Y'all don't know what we're using to do it, and it's all technology.
Yeah.
The information in the media is all tech. We're a startup. We've been started up, really.
Yeah.
We haven't been recognized for it. And ain't nothing wrong with it,
yeah.
but it's just like that. It's the time for people to see. Yeah. And like, okay, now you understand what you're looking at. You just see it, and all you see is the Lakeside Chat.
Right.
All you see is, you see the movie. Oh yeah, they're doing movies. But
right.
This is all tech. It's underlined. It's all tech. It's all computers. It's all us using tech to our advantage.
Right. Turning them toys into tools.
Turning toys into tools.
Yeah.
Building influence and using that influence to move our community in positive directions.
Right.
It's bigger than money. It ain't a monetized. It ain't a monetized goal.
Right.
Money come with it.
Yeah.
Hope.
Yeah.
But
if we do it right, hopefully.
If we do it right, but it's not a monetized goal. No, it's not the motivation.
Yeah.
It's not the reason we wake up every morning and do the New Image Project. Because if it was, we wouldn't be able to do it.
Oh yeah, and we would have stopped a long time ago.
A long time ago, if money was the motive, but money hasn't been the motive, and that's what's been amazing about it, allowing us to work freely. Because sometimes you're constrained and you constricted by the dollar.
Right.
And you think it's your boss, you think it's this or that, you think it's your light bill. It's really you're trapped by the dollar.
Right.
And through this New Image Project, the whole See That team, the whole umbrella, big shots out to everybody. We've been able to move with grace, and we've been able to move unmoney motivated. That thing,
I like how you do that.
I'm making them up.
Unmoney motivated.
I'm making them up. I make words up all the time.
No, they words. I just don't hear them put together quite like you put them together. But we've been unmoney motivated, and that's the truth, man. Because like you said, if we was doing it for that, we would have stopped a long time ago, man. And that was the other thing. I had this thought, and I was actually going to post it. Like if we was doing this for the money, then we would be millionaires, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if we was doing it for some other reason, then the proof would be in that product. But the fact, because the way we grind, you know what I mean? And the reason I can say that with certainty, like if we was really trying to do it and get rich out of doing this stuff, then we probably would be rich, because we've been blessed where when we set our mind to things, to accomplish goals and objectives, like we just go get it.
Yeah.
And we set our mind together to do this community work, this community service, community organizing, civic engagement, promoting the arts and culture in the black community, promoting digital entrepreneurship, to building, a neighborhood association that was really, not recognized. Like when we set our mind to do that, God has really blessed us with whatever we've been kind of putting our mind to. And so I know if we would have put our mind together on some type of hustle or some type of, gag, we would accomplish that too, but that's not what brought us together. That's not what keep us together. Mm-hmm. But that don't mean at some point we're not gonna turn the corner and start monetizing this stuff, man.
And we ain't. I'm not ashamed of making some money.
Yeah.
It's gonna take money to do the work that we need to do, y'all.
Right.
So this is a great segue to the point where we need donations.
Yes, we
do. We rocking with 99.1 Jams, the Bird, but we need donations. We need to be underwritten.
Yeah.
If you're enjoying this programming, think about what value it is to you, and send that to 99 Jams, the Bird.
Yes.
Think about what value that is, and then get in contact with Brother John, because to be honest, honest, you know, to fuel this machine, it's gonna take dollars.
Yeah, in order for us to really take it where people, because we see people all the time saying, man, y'all ought to take this thing worldwide, or y'all ought to take this thing. But that take, you know, some resources. We've been doing this with no budget, with really no support, you know, from our personal finances, just to, you know, be on the air, to produce these documents, the time, you know what I mean, that it take to do that stuff. And so, yeah, if you want to donate, if you want to contribute, particularly to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club, man, contact 99 Jams the Berg, man, and tell them, yo, I was inspired to give something to support the community radio station because I like what y'all doing. I like the direction that y'all going, man.
That's real. Cause we gotta feed back into our machines.
Right.
You know, 99 Jams the Berg, these black radio stations, you know, every community does not have a black radio station, y'all. Yeah. Every black community doesn't have black activists getting out on screen, getting out putting stuff. This is not normal. Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying it's the exception to the rule, but it definitely isn't the rule.
It's not an exception, but it's exceptional.
Exactly, you know, exactly. Because to be honest, I'm honored to be here at 99 Jams the Berg. Big shots out Mr. J, the whole team. Yeah. I'm honored, and I think that our community needs to realize the jewels we got, the diamonds that we got. You know, the artists, the rappers. You know, y'all need to realize the